Hello everyone, welcome. In molecular basis of inheritance of class 12, we will be looking ahead with replication. So when we talk about replication, we are talking about how this DNA gets replicated. DNA is a double helical structure which was given by Watson and Crick, and herein there is replication that is taking place. And how is the replication taking place? There is one of the strand that is the strand which is being a base for the replication of the another strand. That is why we can say that it is semi-conservative. So DNA replication is semi-conservative. Okay, so the experimental proof, what is the experimental proof that we have here? So it was proven that DNA replicates semi-conservatively. It was shown first in E. coli. Okay, so here Matthew Messelson and Franklin Stahl, they performed this experiment. So what they do? They grew E. coli in a medium of ammonium chloride, that is in a radio heavy isotope ammonium chloride. So there is N15 which got incorporated in the newly synthesized DNA. And then what happened? They centrifuged this in cesium chloride density gradient. So they had a cesium chloride density gradient, and they found where the density gradient is taking place. So they had N15 DNA. So there was a heavy band that was there. Okay, now what happened? Now they went on replication. So the cells, they got transferred, then they transferred the cells into a medium with normal N14 NH4Cl, and then they took the samples, and again they went ahead with the cesium chloride gradient. They found there is a hybrid gradient that is there. Then after that, what they did, they again extracted the DNA extracted from the culture one generation after N15 to N14 medium. Now the E. coli is going to divide in 20 times. They has a hybrid density. So there is a light density as well as a hybrid density that is there. Okay, so now this had shown that in E. coli, which was allowed to grow for 80 minutes, that had more of an hybrid nature. Okay, very similar to the experiments involving the use of radioactive thiamine to detect the distribution of newly synthesized DNA in chromosome was performed on Vicia Fabo. Vicia Faba is faba beans by Taylor and his colleagues. So there also they found that DNA replication is semi-conservative. Now what is the machinery and the enzymes that is involved? So one of the enzyme that is involved here is DNA dependent DNA polymerase. Now what is the function of DNA dependent DNA polymerase? Okay, so their basic function is it uses a DNA template to catalyze the polymerization of deoxynucleotides. Okay, so it is for the polymerization of the deoxynucleotides. Now this enzyme, what they are doing to, they are highly efficient enzymes and they catalyze polymerization. Okay, now this DNA or that deoxyribonucleic acid nucleoside triphosphates, they serve as for dual purpose. Okay, two purposes they solved. So in addition to acting as a substrate, they also provide energy for the polymerization. So in addition to this DNA dependent DNA polymerase, so many additional enzymes are also there. Okay, like helicase, ligase and all those things that we'll be going through. Now for a long DNA molecule, since there are two strands, so what will happen? These two strands will get the two strands, they will get separated. Okay, so the replication will occur with a small opening. So you see that this two strand, they got completely separated, and replication is happening at a small opening. Okay, and this is known as replication fork. This is known as replication fork. And the DNA dependent DNA polymerase will catalyze only in one direction. Okay, so it will catalyze only in single direction. Okay, so it will be in the single direction. Okay, now one thing is, as one strand, which is 3' to 5', as 3' to 5', it is a continuous strand. So whenever we have this, so with the polarity 3' to 5', the replication is continuous, while in the other strand you will see the replication is discontinuous. Okay, so discontinuously synthesized fragments, they are later joined in by DNA ligase. Now this DNA polymerase, they cannot initiate their process of replication just by themselves. So there is the replication, it is also not very random. So there are regions that has been provided, which is known as origin of replication, because of the requirement of the origin of replication, that a piece of DNA, if needed to be propagated during recombinant DNA procedures, requires vector, and the vector provides the origin of replication. Okay, so now further on we can say that in eukaryotes the replication of DNA takes place at S phase. Okay, S phase of the cycle, and the replication of DNA and cell division should be highly coordinated. The failure in cell division after DNA replication, it leads to polyploidy. Okay, that is a chromosomal anomaly. Okay, so this is all about how replication is going to take place. Thank you.